Hi everybody, it's Danny here from Angel Handmade Papercraft. Today I am sharing a card with you using a digital stamp from Whimsy Stamps. This is Balloon Bunny, and I'm also using some digital papers, Hearts A Flutter, and a sentiment from the Everyday Sentiment set. The Everyday Banners Sentiment set, I should say. I've got the image printed out onto some expressive blending card using my laser printer, and I'm colouring him up using Copic markers. So printing on my laser printer does make him completely Copic safe. There's no bleeding, as you can see, and I literally started colouring as soon as it was printed out, so there's definitely no chance of smudging. This marker, when I opened it, was all a mess. It definitely hasn't been overfilled because I haven't filled these up for quite a while. Not sure what's going on with it, but I just took both ends off it just so that it could release some of that pressure, and then I'll continue colouring. So little bunny is done. We're going to go in and colour up all of the balloons. I wanted to make sure that I left a nice white outline around the outside of them. That gives it that reflective sort of surface look. And then I'm just going in, going darkest to lightest, just because I wanted to make sure that I got a nice smooth blend and I didn't want any bleeding to go outside of that line. So blending that all out, I will have a list of all of the Copic markers listed over on my blog, so if you're interested in which markers I have used, I will have them all listed for you. So we are just about done with the colouring. I'm just adding in some pink cheeks and some pink into his little ears. And I'm going back in with a colourless blender just to add a few little details in. And going in now, just fixing up any of the areas that did have a little bit of outside of the line and putting some details onto his ears. So he was really super quick to colour up. So as you can see, he's all done. And I am now going to move on to putting the card together. So I've printed out some digital papers from the Hearts A Flutter collection. I just printed them onto just basic copy paper. It's nothing special, nothing fancy, just copy paper. So I've got some stitch circle dies here from another brand. So I've just run through one of those squares through with that. And here I am just playing with what I'm going to do with this card. So I decided I was going to fussy cut him. So I've got my Eco Success Cutter Bee scissors here, and I'm just doing a really quick fussy cut. Just remember to make sure you're always moving the scissors and not the cardstock. I've got a little container here that I keep in my drawer right next to me that has all of my excess cuts in it. These clouds are from another brand. I will link them up, but I'll also link up some Whimsy goods as well. I've got some layers cut down from Papercraft and American Crafts cardstocks, and I'm adhering everything using my Helma liquid adhesive. Taking a photo before I mess up the plan that I had done for this card. I don't always do that, but it's definitely something that you should always do if you've got quite a few layers to adhere down. So layering everything up and adhering all of those clouds down. This actually card didn't take too long. I sort of had a vision of what I wanted to do with it, and it worked out exactly the way that I wanted. I did end up with some adhesive on one of those clouds. It must have been on my finger, so I've just used an eraser to really carefully take that off. So here I've got a get well sentiment. I'm just using my pen blade to make sure that it's the same edging as the circle. I should have adhered it before I stuck the circle down, but I did end up moving it, so it wasn't where I had originally planned for it to go. I've gone in with a Uni-ball white gel pen just to add some extra details in, and we're adhering everything to a Kucha Creations card base. Finishing off with some Wink of Stella Clear. This is my go-to when it comes to glitters, and it dries pretty quickly as well, so it means I can move on with my card without the risk of it smudging. I'm using the outside of that circle cut that I did earlier, and I'm covering it all up with excess papers, and that will be the inside of the card. So popping that down to the inside of the card, I'll add all my labels and stuff on, pop it in a cello bag, and it's good to go. So I thank you all for watching. Don't forget to go and check out the Whimsy shop, and I will see you all soon. Bye.